LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start off this video. I've seen a few videos by guys in the LDBC, and, you know, they were talking about Lomachenko, and, you know, I'm a huge Lomachenko fan. I don't put out as many videos about Lomachenko for the sheer fact that now he's starting to garner these racist type fans, that the same ones that follow Triple G. But nonetheless, I'm a huge Lomo fan. You can definitely get Jeff at Dream Chasing to confirm that I am a big Lomo fan. And, you know, I even had a debate with Jeff saying that Lomo would beat Nicholas Walters. And I was one in the minority who thought that Lomachenko would go in there and completely annihilate Nicholas Walters. And I was right, okay? I'm a big fan of Lomachenko. So I can't really I can't say a lot of negative things about him because I really like the way this guy fights. I mean, it's like, I don't know, there's certain styles that I can just get with in boxing that's going to have my attention. Because a lot of people say Lomachenko is boring. Me, I don't think he's boring. I actually like that style. I don't think he's boring. He's an exciting defensive fighter. That's just my opinion, okay? But let's go ahead and talk about this whole pound for pound thing. First of all, 78 Sports TV also put out a video, which I agree with most of it. There is one point that I disagree with, and I'll talk about that, okay? But I don't think Lomo, him being one of my favorite fighters, I don't think we can say that he's the #1 pound for pound. That's ridiculous, okay? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to say that, you know, everything that Andre Ward did, that's garbage. Everything that Sergey Kovalev did, that's garbage. I mean, that's what we're saying. Because I don't see Vasyl Lomachenko really being in that category. He's good. He's a good fighter. And he's definitely improving every fight. And you know, you can tell Lomo has improved since his first loss to Orlando Salido. I mean, he's getting better every time. I can't say he's #1 pound for pound yet. I can't do it. Okay, that's impossible. I mean, because I don't think he's been tested more than Kovalev. I don't think he's been tested more than Andre Ward. Okay, I don't think that he's been tested more than Canelo Alvarez. I just don't. Okay, I don't think that he's had the amount of tests that these guys have. So to say that he's #1 pound for pound, that's preposterous. That's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm a bigger Lomachenko fan than most of you dudes on YouTube, and I'm not about to say that. Okay, hell, I'm a Canelo fan. You don't hear me running around here saying, "Oh, Canelo #1 pound for pound." No, because he's not. I mean, folks, that's reality. That's reality 101. But I want to talk about some things. Okay, first of all, Lomachenko, he's a good fighter. He's a great fighter, but yes, you know, I think in my opinion, I think he clearly lost to Orlando Salido. Let's talk about, first of all, why was Orlando Salido, why was he successful, okay? You're not going to win a pretty fight against Vasyl Lomachenko. It's not going to happen. And a lot of people are saying, well, you know, yeah, but, you know, he was cheating, he's dirty. Who gives a damn? It's a fight. If somebody punch you in the balls, punch him back in the balls. I mean, see, the logic, it's a fight. See, the difference is Orlando Salido came into that thinking, okay, this is a damn fight. This dude can end my career. He can end me. He can put me down. He can put me to sleep. That was Orlando Salido's mindset when he got into that ring. And Orlando Salido, he damn manhandled Lomachenko. I'm talking about Lomachenko was trying to, you know, use his footwork. Orlando Salido cut the ring off, man. And we got to start looking at what did Orlando Salido do right. He cut off the damn ring, man. This man cut the ring off to no avail, and Lomachenko had nowhere to go. It was almost impossible for this man to move. I mean, Salido cut off the ring, and then too, when Lomo tried to, you know, move laterally, Orlando Salido would take his hand, reach out, and put Lomachenko right back in front of him and start working the body. That's another thing he did. He worked the body. Whether we want to say the low blows were there or not, yeah, they were there, but it's a fight. You know what? As a Lomachenko fan, I wish Lomo would have hit him back in the nuts. That's me. Lomo hit him back in his nuts. If I was in Lomo corner, oh, he punched you in the nuts? Punch him in the nuts. Give him a knee to the nuts. That's what you do to him, okay? That's what I would have said. It wouldn't have made Lomo a bad guy. I wouldn't have liked Lomo any less. Hell, it's a fight, okay? And two, Lomo, Orlando Salido, he kept it rough. He made it rough and tough affair. And you know, do I think Vasyl Lomachenko, I just don't think he responded. And I don't think Orlando Salido respected his power. there was another thing. Like, I felt like as a Lomo fan, he was scared to just unleash, man. He's got power. Lomo got power, but I think he was afraid to unleash, okay? Now, here's another point. Do I think Vasyl Lomachenko need to move up? Because people talking about Terrence Crawford. Look, Crawford walk around at about 154 pounds or more. No, he's too big. Why? Why can't Vasyl Lomachenko? He just moved up to 130, okay? And you know what? I don't even want him going up to 135. I mean, I can see him at 135. Him and Mikey Garcia. That might be a good matchup, okay? I can see that, okay? And I would probably want that matchup. But, taking him up to 140, that's ridiculous, man. Now, let's talk about some other stuff, okay? People are saying, now, where I disagree with 78, I don't think that Vasyl Lomachenko, the fighter, I don't think Vasyl Lomo, the fighter, is ducking Orlando Salido. I don't think that at all. I think Vasyl Lomachenko, the fighter, wants to fight Orlando Salido. Because let's look at Vasyl Lomachenko's history. Let's really look at his history. This guy was willing to take a pay cut, give part of his darn purse to Nicholas Walters to make that fight happen. He was the one pursuing the Walters fight. That's just my opinion. I felt like Vasyl Lomachenko wanted to fight. Lomachenko, in the past, he said, hey, I want to fight Rigo. Now, somebody can help me out, but I'm not sure why that fight never materialized. But I've heard and I've seen on interview Vasyl Lomachenko say, I want to fight Rigo. I've heard him say it, okay? I've heard Rigondeaux say, I want to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. See, the narrative that Rigo was ducking Vasyl, that's stupid. The narrative that Vasyl was ducking Rigo, I don't have any true evidence that Vasyl was ducking Rigo. I think they both wanted to fight each other. I think it was more of a managerial, promotional, money type thing why these two not fighting. And that's the same reason why I think Vasyl Lomachenko and Orlando Salido not fighting. I think both of these two guys want to fight. I think it's the money. And the damn promotional companies, they need to figure out a way to get these guys the money they want so they can fight. I think they both want to fight. But Orlando Salido not going to do it for peanuts. And Vasyl Lomachenko, I think Vasyl wants to fight. And Vasyl is just doing what he's told. I mean, he's the fighter, okay? He's the fighter, and he pretty much fights, whoever they put with him. And sometimes he'll request a fight. And I gave Vasyl Lomachenko a lot of props for wanting to fight Orlando Salido, his first professional fight. Like, this guy is not shying away from competition. I don't think that Vasyl, I'm not talking about his team. I'm talking about Vasyl Lomachenko, the fighter. I don't think he's ducking Orlando Salido. I don't think either one of these two are ducking. I don't think him and Rigo are ducking each other. I think Vasyl Lomachenko, his team, I think they're a bunch of damn idiots. I think they some idiots, some damn buffoons. And hell, maybe people on his team might be smoking lines of crack. I mean, have you seen his manager? His manager look like he's smoking crack. Folks, that's just how it is, okay? Now, I got these guys up here on the screen, man. See, I cannot, and why are so many people dismissing Mikey Garcia? Like, why are so many people saying that Vasyl Lomachenko would just go in there and just completely annihilate Mikey Garcia? I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I do not believe that. I think that fight, to me, it'll be a good matchup, but I think Mikey Garcia probably has a better chance of beating Vasyl Lomachenko. Okay? I think so. Mikey Garcia is a rough and tough guy, but Mikey Garcia is skilled. He's skilled. Okay? See, guys, we got to start. See, now, the history and belts, that's you guys' department. Coach don't even get in there, but I can get into technical matchups. Mikey Garcia can make Vasyl stop throwing all those punches. Mikey is accurate. He's very accurate, and Mikey is a very intelligent fighter. And Vasyl Lomachenko, he's just not just going to come in there and dominate Mikey Garcia. And some people say, well, he beat Nicholas Walters. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely he beat Nicholas Walters. But Nicholas Walters, to me, is not an intelligent fighter. I'm sorry, he's not. Nicholas Walters does not have great ring IQ. Mikey Garcia? Mikey Garcia? Mikey Garcia has great ring IQ. I give that a check. Okay? Mikey Garcia has great ring IQ. He's a good boxer. That's not going to be an easy fight for Vasyl Lomachenko. Hell no. Okay? Now, do I think Vasyl Lomachenko, does he have a chance? Could he beat Mikey Garcia? Yeah. He could beat Mikey Garcia. Do I think Vasyl Lomachenko will beat Orlando Salido if they fought a rematch? Yeah. Because this version of Vasyl Lomachenko, the one that beat Jason Sosa, man, this version of Vasyl Lomachenko is nasty. I'm talking about nasty. And he can get in there and give anybody a run, and I think he beats Orlando Salido. Okay, I'm sorry, that's just how it is. That's what I think. Okay, that's just the way that is. I think he beats Orlando the second time. Now, you know, Orlando Salido might come in with the same game plan. Okay, he might come in with that game plan, and you know what, he might be successful again. I don't know, but I do know that, you know, Vasyl, he's not gonna go. Now listen, get me straight. He's not gonna run through Orlando Salido. It's not gonna be that kind of fight. But do I think Vasyl Lomachenko got the tools to beat Orlando? Of course he does. Vasyl Lomachenko need to have confidence in his power, man. And he's going to have to hit Orlando Salido often and early. And don't let Orlando Salido get off first. And that was the problem in the first fight. He was allowing Orlando Salido to get off first. And Orlando was capitalizing. He was getting in his chest. I mean, and really and truly, if you want a blueprint to have a chance to beat Vasyl Lomachenko, get in his chest. Orlando Salido showed you what to do. Get in his chest. But I think this version of Vasyl Lomachenko, he's a better adjustment maker. And I think that he's going to make an adjustment to that. I think this version of Vasyl Lomachenko is going to step back into the mid-range, and he's going to start getting his shots off. That's what I think. So I think Vasyl Lomachenko beats Orlando Salido in the second fight. Now, if he ever had to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux, I'm sorry, I don't think he can beat Rigondeaux. I think Rigo is a master at this boxing, okay? I just don't. I think Vasyl Lomachenko would bring out the best in Rigondeaux. Because, see, we're looking at a Rigo that really didn't turn it up. I think we saw probably about 70% of what Rigo can do when he fought Armagasa, when Armagasa knocked him down. And then Rigo got back up and beat the living, you-know-what, PG-13 out of Armagasa. That's the version of Rigo, man. Now, Rigo breaking these dudes' faces, man. He breaking their faces. And I think Rigo would be too skillful. Well, Rigo don't throw a lot of volume. Rigo has stopped a lot of guys from throwing volume. Rigo cracks you. He's accurate. He's precise. And when he hits you, he hurts you. See, that's the deal with Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux, when he hits you, he hurts you. And so you don't want to throw as many volumes because you're afraid that you're going to get cracked with a counter. That's just my opinion. Now, if Vasyl Lomachenko can run throughout, get through these guys, if he beats Orlando Salido again, if he manages to beat Mikey Garcia, and if he can beat Rigondeaux, then there's no argument that this guy's #1 pound for pound. But I can't, me being a Lomo fan, I got to be honest. No, he's not #1 pound for pound right now. Just stop it. Okay, stop it. Okay? Do I want to see Vasyl in these fights? Yes. I want to see him fight. Well, he's already beat Nicholas Walters, but I do want to see him fight these other three. I don't want to see him fight Terrence Crawford, because we already got a vision of what would happen if Vasyl Lomachenko fought somebody that's bigger and stronger than him. And Orlando Salido, yeah, he was bigger. And he was able to manhandle Vasyl Lomachenko. I mean, Terrence Crawford would just he would walk through Vasyl's punches, and he would walk in, and he would just do whatever he wanted to do. Not saying Vasyl didn't skill. He's skilled, but Terrence Crawford is a bigger, much bigger skilled fighter. And folks, that's just how it is. The fight wouldn't be as competitive as I wanted. Okay? Now people are talking about, well, Orlando Salido came in and he was 11 pounds heavier. Okay, Floyd Mayweather fought Marcos Maidana, who was 15 or 20 pounds heavier. Floyd Mayweather fought Saul Canelo Alvarez, who was heavier. Floyd Mayweather fought Miguel Cotto, who was heavier. I mean, you guys starting to see my point? It didn't matter. So if it didn't matter for Floyd Mayweather, it shouldn't matter for Vasyl Lomachenko. That's just my opinion, okay? But, you know, not everybody can do what Floyd does, okay? And I'm sorry. Just not going to happen. But if Vasyl Lomachenko can beat Salido again, beat Mikey Garcia, and manage to get past Rigondeaux, guess what? #1 pound for pound. This is just my opinion. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe.